Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalia. I'm the Program Partnership Manager in IntelliCAD Technology Consortium, and today I'm proud to present IntelliCAD 9. IntelliCAD 9 was released June 29, 2018, and it's a major release that includes many new features and improvements, including native support for opening, editing, and saving 2018 DWG files, ability to open and view drawings with mechanical entities, and support of two new point cloud formats, RCP and RCS. IntelliCAD 9 boosts performance in many areas, and the most noticeable increase in speed during the file saves. Not only modifications need to be saved for DWG files, which makes for extremely fast saving, especially for large DWG files that contains only a few changes. Also, some lingering issues related to running IntelliCAD on the Fall Creators 2017 Microsoft Windows update were fixed. And now I would like to jump straight to the live demo of IntelliCAD 9. So you can see new features in almost every area of IntelliCAD 9. And the most noticeable one is the tool palettes. So it has the same user interface as the properties pane. You can fix it left and right. You can auto-hide it. You can move existing palettes up and down. You can create new palettes, delete them, rename them. You can move palettes, items, just simply moving it. And it's also adjustable. Wait a sec. So pretty much like properties pane. You can see that we don't have many tabs right now. It's because work is still in progress, no worries, and all menus will be available from tool palettes later. So at this point, tool palettes works more like a toolbar, but still it's a huge step forward. We can use XPalettes system variable. Switch it on. We can use it to get easier access to all IntelliCAD Explorer elements. I would like to open it for layers. And wait a sec, give it a minute, and blocks. So now they're taking too much space from on my screen, so I will fix them. And now you have easier access to those Explorer panels. So they have same user interface as properties pane again, and Dmitry Kulikov will make a very detailed demo about this later. And now one more improvement in user interface is related on properties pane. And it's an ability to see all your properties as a tree. You have to use this button to switch the selection control. So it's adjustable, so no worries, you have enough space for everything you have. So why it is here? Drop-down list works great when you have like a couple entities to work with, but when you have several entities the same type you would like to select, it's a great tool. So you can see that they all highlighted, or as for example, you want to change value of all objects as the same type, you can use it too. They all changed at the same time. So it's a great tool. It's extremely useful. I'm sure you will like it. And I have to mention that this amazing feature was designed and donated to us by Carlson Software. Thank you so much. Also, Property pane now supports additional entity types, walls, doors, and windows. I have a drawing with walls, doors, and windows here. And I select them all, and you can see that they're all ready for editing. That's pretty much it about user interface. Let's move further to new commands. I want to open Express Tool tab in both IntelliCAD 9 and 8.4b, so you can see how dramatically it changed, almost as twice as big as it used to be. So it's really great improvement. And let's start with text panel, modify text menu. And the first one I would like to show you is the change text case option. So it does exactly what it says. It changes the text case of selected text object. When you call in it and selecting necessary text object, you can choose between 5 different options. Let's select title. So voila. Change text case work with text, text, attributes, and dimension text. One more option in the modify text menu is justify text. Let's use this. It changes the justification point of a text entity without moving the text. Let's select this one, and it works with text, text, and attribute with definitions. Let's change it to middle, for example. Here it is. It didn't move at all. Another very useful option from the modify text is rotate text. Use it when it's hard to read your text, text, attribute definition, and blocks with attributes. This command rotates text to improve its readability, locating it as close as possible to horizontal axis or right read. Let's see how it works. Rotate text. I have not very readable text over here, and here it is. Great. The last option from the modify text menu is text fit. It changes the width of text entities based on new starting and ending points, so you can stretch or shrink it. Let's select this text and let's start. So it shrunk. So I have to notice that this option only works with the text entities, so if you want to use it for text, you have to explode it first. The next addition on the text panel is arc-align text. It makes a curved text around arc you selected arc. So let's see how it works. When you select this option and arc you would like to use, here it is, you get an arc-align text dialog box where you can select all formatting, font, style, and of course you can type your text here. So here it is. To edit arc-align text, you have to call this command again and select curved text. Now you can modify it. So it has to be mentioned that arc-align text, it's not text, it's not text, it's absolutely new entity type with its own editor. However, these custom entities are compatible with AutoCAD's ArcText command as well. The next command to review is Move, Copy, Rotate command, or short MCORO. It combines the most commonly used modification commands. So let me select any of those. So you can see that you can move, copy, rotate, all using one command. I'm sure you will like it. Remember it, MCORO. Let's move to reset dimension text on the same pane, on the same tab. It restored the measured value to modified dimension text. So if you, by any chance, change your dimension text and want it back, all you have to do is to use reset dimension text command. Here it is. Great. Another very large addition in the IntelliCAD 9 is the new Facet Modeler added to the Draw 3D tab over here. Using one of these new options, you can create lighter entities, which makes your drawing smaller. All the Facet model meshes are easy to edit compared to 3D solids, for example, and provides you with a variety of options for editing. The Facet Modeler meshes are great when you need to create not very detailed model of something, for example, a city. So what is great about this option that they are available on the standard version too. So let's put a couple of objects here and modify it a little. For example, subtract this little guy from bigger. Let's move it a little, and here it is. So Facet Model commands are the great example of how members can utilize the Facet Modeler to support their own 3D custom objects. Also, camera command was added into IntelliCAD 9. So it's easy to place. Oops. So it has grips, so you can edit it. You can also take a look at it in 3D. Move it around. A little bit slow. Here it is. It also creates its own view. So if you will go to View Manager, you can see all cameras existed right now, and you can easily switch between them. So very, very convenient. The last new feature I would like to mention is construction lines. It's very interesting. You will love it, I'm sure. So you can find them in the Draw tab. Over here, here's variety what we have. It has its own toolbar, very fancy. Over here, construction line. It's also available from the menu tab and the command line, of course. Let me show you how it looks like. And let's do both. So, construction line is a special type of infinite line that is typically used when quick drafting techniques are required, for example, to make projections of front and side views. So you can see that, let me select it and take a look at the properties. So construction lines created its own layer, C-line, in a cyan, semi-transparent color. It's very similar how construction lines are used in manual drafting. Also, you have tools to erase construction lines or clear them all. So I have a time-lapse video here that demonstrates how to use construction lines to quickly lay out 2D orthographic views. In this video, C-lines help me to do projection lines to make the other views. The construction lines are a welcome addition for 2D drafting as well as for 3D layout. I demonstrated you the very common way to use C-lines, but there are much more. As far as I know, some people use it to align things. For example, to align your text notes or entities on the viewports, because C-lines are very easy to place. So it's just one peak instead of starting a line command. And they already preset for vertical or horizontal. So I'm absolutely sure you will find your way to use this amazing feature. That's pretty much it about new commands. And now I would like to mention additions to existing functionality. First one I would like to mention is the array option for copy command. We had so many requests to do that, so it's finally here, and you can enjoy it. Here it is, new array option. Also, columns were added for multi-line text. So you can see that mText columns has a full support for dynamic columns with auto and manual height, static columns with preset number of columns, or you can choose more option to column setting dialog, where you can select different settings for dynamic and static columns at the same time. So also several new features were added to the PDF export dialog. Export, let's do PDF. And I have 8.4b version of IntelliCAD with the same dialog, with the old version, so you can see how dramatically it changed. So again, almost twice as big. Great job. So now you have options for export hatches and gradients, color policy. You can export hyperlinks. Also, some sub-options were added to existed one. For example, now you can make text searchable using this checkbox. Also, custom properties dialog box is available by clicking on Custom Properties button, where you can change image resolution, vector and height resolution, measuring. To cover the exported PDF file into PDF/A format, you can use one of the options from this drop-down list. But no worries, all options excludes that could harm your could be dangerous for long-term document storage. And in the merge control drop-down list, you can have an ability to merge the colors of lines that cross over each other. That's it about PDF dialog. Let's move to Incremental Save. I already mentioned that IntelliCAD 9 supports Incremental Save, and now I would like to show you how it works. So there are two ways to switch Incremental Save on. So you can use enable Incremental Save CSWAR, or you can go to the Options dialog and use this checkbox. So for now, I would like to compare how much time it takes to save with and without Incremental Save. Let's timers on. And let's do very, very minor changes, like a little circle over here. And let's save it. So it took almost 3.5 minutes. Let's do it this way. And let's turn it on. Let's turn Incremental Save on. And see, let's do a little change again. Oh, it's not fair. And save it again. So it's 1 minute. So 3.5 against 1 for such a tiny change. So in my opinion, pretty impressive. So you can also can use iSave% CSWAR to control how much wasted space can occur in your drawing file before it will perform a full save. You can use iSave% CSWAR or go to Options dialog and modify it here. One more thing to add about Incremental Save is that it also greatly improves autosave performance, because sometimes people turn off autosave completely because it takes so much time to save, but with Incremental Save, it's not necessary anymore. Let's return to presentation. And done with that. And for members who are part of the BIM Special Interest Group, IntelliCAD 9 adds support for attaching RVT, RFA files for Autodesk Revit, and IUC BIM files. By the way, BIM file attach is only available for a 64-bit version of IntelliCAD. Let's go back to IntelliCAD. And here is my 64-bit version. And let's use BIM file attach. BIM attach command to attach BIM file. It's RFA this time. So you can see that BIM file attach process is pretty much the same. It's absolutely the same as image attach. So let's zoom it, change to realistic mode to make it more impressive, and move it a little. I can tell about, I can keep talking about BIM files for a pretty while, but I don't want to steal a thunder from my colleague who has a presentation dedicated to this topic. So let's move forward. Now IntelliCAD supports the DGN file format natively for members of DGN Special Interest Group. So all you have to do now to start working the DGN mode is to open DGN file. I will demonstrate it to you. So I have a DGN file over here. I'm just opening it while it's doing it. So I have to mention that DGN editor, only 2 years ago, it used to work only as a viewer. So you can see how many improvements have been done now. Now you have ability to create basic entities, modify them, pretty much, so move, copy, rotate, you can offset, explode, you can control layers and colors, you also can insert and create blocks. So all I have to show you is how it's switching between modes, but I have a colleague who's going to cover it very fully, so I don't want to no stolen thunders again. So the IntelliCAD team put so much effort to make the IntelliCAD 9 release happen, as well receiving lots of donations for this release from our members, which we really, really appreciate. For example, we got translations from ZWCAD, Back to CAD, and StabbyPlan. Lots of new functionality and fixes from ProjectSoft, Carlson Software, Cadian, ArtCAD, Glacier Center, ProjectCAD, Blue Links Company, and new features for walls, doors, and windows were donated by Microsurvey. You can find walls, doors, and windows options in tool palettes over here, down here. They have its own toolbars. So here's doors, walls, and windows. You can also find them on a draw tab. You can select from variety of walls over here. You can start drawing your wall your own, or you can even use any 2D object to become a wall. So you can convert it. Let's select convert option. Here it is. Convert. Yes, and now it's a wall. Same with doors and windows. You can apply them for existing walls, or you can put them independently. For example, you can enter, and too big. You can put it independently, like this. Alexey Drozdov will have a very detailed presentation about IEC objects tomorrow, so just wait for it. It was a very brief review of IntelliCAD 9. You will have more, just wait for it. And while I have your attention, I would like to tell you a little bit about my new position as a Program Partnership Manager in IntelliCAD. So my goal in this new position is to improve communication between members and the ITC and member collaboration. I want to be a sounding board for members, connecting you with the right people and information you need to be successful. So here are a few examples of areas I'm working on right now. So our public website was greatly improved, but many of the members' product descriptions need to be updated. Members have complete control over this area, but several are not keeping this data updated. I will be working with members to update this area on our website. When you ship your products, we would love to hear from you, so we can post your press releases on our public website, email them to me or Alison. Here is our email addresses, so we can get them posted. Do you have an interesting article you would like to share, you would like to publish and share with us? Let me know and we will take a look. We would love to tell the world about your success. So do you have a success story we can publish on our public website? Just let me know. Do you have components you would like to sell to other members, or components you would like to purchase from a member? Let me know, and we will work to set up connections for member collaboration. Also note that we are looking to improve the public portal, so to make it more like a collaborative environment, not just an information dump as it is now. Please let me know if you have ideas about what you would like to see on the portal that could be helpful for your business. One of the recommendations at the conference last year was to provide demo videos of the new features for each release. With the release of IntelliCAD 9, we provided quick video overviews of key features. You can find them on a product release announcement on our IntelliCAD official YouTube channel, and soon they will be posted to our public website blog as well. So, we really, really need your opinions. Are these videos useful for you? What video format do you prefer? And the most important question, what topic would you like us to cover? Sticky notes available on your tables, so please feel free to write down any ideas about what you've seen here about conference, about topics, and we will put it on that wall, and then we will review them and share our ideas. So that's pretty much it I have for now. Please ask your questions if you have any. You can ask them later if you want to. So thank you for your attention.